We're on Via dei Fori Imperiali, ready to start a new day in Rome, and we're about to buy the tickets to the famous Roman Forum.
I just turned 26, I bet 25 it would be 750.
Oh, that's such a shame. But it's good that with one ticket we can visit Colosseum, Roman Forum, and Palatine Hill. Yeah, which is one of the 7 hills.
No.
Hills where Rome what?
Yeah,
where Rome was built on.
Yeah.
Now that we have the tickets, we can go in and visit what was once the center of Roman public life, a big square, once a marketplace, with government buildings and temples. This very well preserved building, for example, was the Curia, the place where the Senate met and which was commissioned by Julius Caesar in 44 BC. And this was the temple of Antoninus and Faustina, dating back to 141 AD and now adapted as a Catholic church. While this circular building is the temple of Romulus, dedicated to the son of the emperor Maxentius. And while one of the many seagulls that live in the center of Rome is enjoying a muddy puddle, it's time for us to go visit the Palatine Hill and start climbing several stairs that will take us to the top. The first thing we find on our way up is the Theater of the Great Fountain, or Fontana della Pioggia, an artificial grotto meant to look like a natural cave. The problem is that we get stuck by this cave because it's starting to rain. We're not really lucky, are we?
No, not with this weather.
Yeah, this morning we had a thunderstorm. Well, actually yesterday we were lucky because we spent the whole day out with sunny weather.
Yes.
And then as soon as we got home, there was a huge thunderstorm that lasted for
and it was really
a few hours. It was, thunder was really loud.
And very close.
And very
we could
close.
have died if we stayed outside.
Yeah, we ordered food around 10:30, and it was almost midnight.
It was midnight.
It was midnight because the poor guys couldn't deliver.
Because they were stuck in the car.
Yeah, the guy.
He was stuck.
Yeah.
Yeah, but hopefully now it's good. The rain started again, so hopefully it's going to stop again.
Yeah.
So if I'm not going to go to the Colosseum, I'm going to be really angry.
No, we're going there. Also, we paid already because the ticket is for the Roman Forum, Palatine, and Colosseum. So
and we only saw
Forum, and we're going up the Palatine Hill, but now it's raining, so we'll wait inside this place, and then we'll keep going up. It looks like it's not going to stop raining anytime soon, so we decide to keep going up anyway. And from the top of the hill, we can enjoy a beautiful view of Rome. We can see the whole Forum, the Colosseum, not far from here, and even St. Peter's Dome. And only from up here we can appreciate the House of the Vestal Virgins that was once a 3-story palace built around an elongated court with a double pool. We leave this scenic viewpoint and we proceed to the opposite side of the Palatine Hill, walking through several rain puddles, and we get to the Domus Flavia, a vast residential complex of the Palace of Domitian. The southeastern side of this palace overlooked the Circus Maximus, a huge ancient Roman chariot racing stadium that could accommodate over 150,000 spectators. Today, this site is a public park that is used for any kinds of events, including concerts. And speaking of stadiums, there was one up here on the hill too. It was an important part of the Domus Flavia, and it was described as a hippodrome, an area where horses were exercised, but this space was too small to accommodate chariots, and it was probably used as a public garden with paths and flower beds. Our visit to the Roman Forum comes to an end, and we proceed to our next destination, the Colosseum. But before getting there, just outside the exit, we find the Arch of Constantine, a triumphal arch that was erected to commemorate his victory over Maxentius in the Battle of the Milvian Bridge in the year 312. And finally, the time Tvrtko has been so anxiously waiting for has come. We're going to see the Colosseum from up close and take a look inside. So happy that you're finally here?
I'm so happy that we're finally in front of this Colosseum.
And that it stopped raining.
It stopped raining.
Yeah.
And I cannot wait to touch it.
Oh, that's all that matters to you, that you touch it?
Yes, because it's ancient.
Yeah. Okay, let's go inside.
Yes.
So using our tickets from the Roman Forum, we skip the line and we go straight in. The Colosseum, also known as the Flavian Amphitheater, is the largest amphitheater ever built. Its construction began in 72 AD and ended in 80 AD and could accommodate up to 80,000 spectators who would come here for gladiator contests, mock sea battles, animal hunts, executions, and dramas. We walk all along its perimeter and then we decide to move on to the upper level that can be reached through an elevator or a steep stairway, which is what we opt for. Of course, from up here we can have a better view of the arena, but we can also visit an exhibition of ancient objects of all kinds and even take a look at a small replica of this monumental amphitheater. This time, to go back down, we take the elevator because it's lunchtime, and if we don't get to a restaurant soon enough, Tvrtko will kill me, especially because I've been joking all morning about the fact that we never eat on Saturdays, which of course is not true, but it's still a risky little joke when you're really hungry. Happy now?
Huh?
Happy now?
No, not yet. Food is up here.
This place is called Luzzi,
Okay.
and also makes typical cuisine from Rome.
Okay. We'll see. You didn't tell me anything, so I'll see now what they have.
Yeah. So we have some delicious lasagnas and we are ready to continue our tour of Rome. We are in Largo di Torre Argentina, a square with the ruins of 4 Roman temples. But this place is also known for its countless stray cats that you can see pretty much everywhere among the ruins. But it's not all. Right by these ancient ruins is the entrance to a cat shelter where a group of volunteers sterilizes them, gives them a home, feeds them and cures them if they are sick or hurt. And of course anyone can come here to adopt one or give their contribution to the project. So this is like a hospital for cats and also a shelter. They cure them, they take care of them, and then
First of all, we sterilize.
they sterilize them, and also you give them out for adoption, right? Can I?
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah, you give them out for adoption.
Yes, but first of all, we try to reduce the stray population in Rome. In 23 years, we sterilized almost 48,000 cats.
Okay.
This is the most important thing.
Yeah, so you're doing something good for the city
For the city.
and also for the cats.
For the cats, yes.
Yeah.
Although we are completely private, because we are
Yeah.
completely private,
So you go on with people's
with the support of people, donations.
Yeah. Donations mostly, yeah. Yeah. As a cat lover, I would stay here for hours to pet them and play with them, but it's time to go. We are headed towards the Tiber again, even if Tvrtko takes a short break for something sweet. Caramel and dulce de leche. Typical Roman combination.
I don't care where he's from.
We are not far from the Jewish border, and right by the river we find the Great Synagogue, the largest one in Rome, built in 1870 when Italy was unified under a king and the Papal States ceased to exist. L'Isola Tiberina, the Tiber Island, is the only island of Rome and is right across the street from the synagogue. It is connected with 2 ancient bridges to both sides of the river, and it was once the location of the temple of Aesculapius, the Greek god of medicine and healing. To follow this tradition, a hospital was built here in 1584 and is still operating today. During the summer, lots of events take place here on the island, with music, outdoor movie nights, and temporary bars, restaurants and cafes that are taken down when summer is over. We're going to see this place where they make grattaquecca.
Grattaquecca.
Yeah, which is like ice. It's kind of like granita, but
It's not granita.
yeah, but
Con
they,
fruta with fruit.
huh?
Con fruta.
Yeah, with fruit or with like syrup, also with real fruit. Yeah,
I would love that then.
yeah. Let's go get one if
Yes.
you want. Yeah, there. But even if grattaquecca is delicious, especially when it's really hot, Tvrtko changes his mind.
Because it's a lot of syrup.
Yeah.
I live healthy.
Right, we've seen that
Dolce.
these days. But yeah, it's mostly sugar, pure sugar and ice. So let's go to Trastevere, which is right across the street, and we'll start exploring the area.
Yes.
Okay. Trastevere is an ancient neighborhood of Rome whose name comes from Latin and it means on the other side of the Tiber. It's still characterized today by ancient houses and narrow cobbled streets, and right on one of these streets we come across a typical nasone. These fountains that you can find everywhere in Rome are called nasoni, which literally means big noses. Un nasone, a big nose. It's called this way because it has this, the faucet is shaped like a big nose, and you can drink this way. You press here and the water comes from this little hole, and then you can drink. And there are so many in Rome that there's even an app for smartphones, which is called I Nasoni di Roma, the big noses of Rome, where you can find, if you're thirsty, it shows you on the map the closest nasone that you can find. This is the main square of the area, Santa Maria in Trastevere, which is always crowded with both locals and tourists, especially today when a clown care volunteer organization is raising money to help kids in hospitals. Yes, Trastevere is always full of life, both during the day and at night, since its many cafes, pubs and restaurants attract anyone who wants to spend a few hours in a fun or relaxed context, including some newlywed couples. We keep walking in the quaint little streets of Trastevere, which, considering there are restaurants with all kinds of food at every corner, are like heaven for Tvrtko. Okay, we're stopping at every restaurant, every place where there's food, because Tvrtko is like
can you
drooling.
This, and then everyone will know why.
Well, you drool for popcorn, right. And now for this bruschetta with eggs,
everything.
Eggs, meat, eggplant, and Nutella even. But it's not over, because just after a few meters, Tvrtko is hypnotized again by an army of sandwiches. And only when we leave Trastevere we can move along at a regular speed. And so we cross the Tiber again, and we walk through broad and narrow streets, until we get to the same square where this little adventure started, Piazza del Popolo, where its stone lions are still providing water to its fountain. Its ancient Egyptian obelisk is still keeping guard over the city, and the Pincio Hill is turning into gold in the sunset light.